It's finally time for me to do my ICU shift recap. This is my ICU shift recap for shift 1 of 2, where I was charge nurse in the ICU, and I got absolutely annihilated during this shift, okay? Start off by getting a report and going around saying hi to everybody, introducing myself. But then right off the bat, one of our other charge nurses had to get pulled to take an assignment, which meant I had to cover 2 ICU units, and that meant I was covering 48 ICU beds. So 48 ICU patients, critically ill patients, and I think it was about 27 or so nurses. That's a lot. Right off the bat, someone needed an ultrasound IV, and not gonna lie, you'll see I did quite a few IVs this shift, and I got all of them. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I have been trying to get better at my ultrasound IVs, and so I was proud of myself. There was a fake rapid response at 8:30 that got canceled. Then we had a new admission that needed all the things. So we hung blood, I ran and grabbed supplies, and then we had to take that patient to a CT, and it was a complicated transfer. So helped take that patient to CT, and then that took a while. So once I got back, another nurse was like, hey, I need to take my complicated patient to CT. So I helped that nurse take her patient to CT. And I had back-to-back ultrasound IVs. Got them both. Woo woo! And then I had to break both secretaries on each ICU unit because we don't have a tech. So I played secretary for a little bit. So I gave one a break, and then I went over to the other unit and gave the other one a break. I had a stroke alert. So we had to do all the things for that stroke alert patient, which means CT, stat neuro consult, blah, 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 blah. Once we finished up there, I had to go and watch an ICU patient for another nurse who had to take her patient to a stat exam. There was just a lot going on in the unit, so it wasn't going to be safe for the neighbors to be watching out for that patient. And then I got some foods at almost 3 o'clock. I did get to eat, luckily, but then I had to do another ultrasound IV, and then we had a major cleanup on aisle 9. Major. It took a while, as you can see. I was in there for a while. Then I ran around and got updates on both units. So spent about an hour getting updates on one unit, helping any last minute requests and things people needed. And then I went and got updates on the other unit. And then we had to put a patient on a rotoprone bed. So at the end of my shift, I went over and helped get that done. It takes a lot of extra hands to transfer a critically ill patient from one bed to another. And then I gave report, and it was out of there by like 7:30. That was my ICU shift recap for shift 1 of 2. Stay tuned for shift 2 of 2.